Hey, welcome to the shop. Thanks for stopping by. The folks over at Bond Craftor sent me over some of their deep pour epoxy and their tabletop epoxy to give a try. This is the deep pour here. I did it in a deep forest green. We're going to get ready to do the tabletop epoxy on it. My impression with the deep pour, beautiful stuff. Poured nicely. Bubbles popped really quick and easy. I didn't have to fight with it. Started to cure in about an hour. I noticed that it was starting to thicken up a little bit. And then after that, it took about 2 days sitting in the basement for it to cure. We're going to finish sanding it all up, dress up the corners, the end grain, so it doesn't want to absorb any more of the tabletop epoxy than necessary. A little bit more sanding on the top. And then we're going to take it in the house to do the tabletop epoxy. So stay tuned for that. You'll see how that works. We'll try that together. Okay, so we've got everything set up here in the basement. Got our board all sanded, prepped, ready to go. We've got our Bond Craftor epoxy set. I've calculated I'm going to need 14 ounces of epoxy to give it the coat I want. I've already got 7 ounces in the bucket. The tabletop is a 1-to-1, so it's 7 and 7. So now let's put the other 7 into a cup. Measure it out. And you don't have to be 100% exact. If you're just a hair over, it's not going to harm anything. Let's put this stuff all back together and sealed. I'll put the link for Bond Craftor on Amazon down in the link below, or the description below. So you guys want to check them out. So far, I'm very impressed with it just by pouring the deep pour epoxy. It works very, very well. Now this I'm pouring in is the actual resin. The first I poured in is the hardener. As you can see, the hardener in the cup is just a little darker color, a little cloudier it looks like. All right. And the fact that a bunch of it stays in the cup is the reason why I always go just a hair over my target amount, because there'll be part of it left in the cup you can't get out, and I don't fight and scrape it out. So we're going to take a mixer and we're just going to mix this stuff all up. Get everything down to the bottom of the cup, bring it up to the top. You want to mix it for a couple of minutes, make sure it's really incorporated, and then we're going to leave it sit for 5 minutes. All right, I say we got that mixed. We're going to let it sit for 5 minutes or so, let the bubbles start to work their way out, then we'll be back. Okay, so now we've set for a few minutes. We're going to pour our epoxy on the tray. And we're just going to let the excess run off the edges. over the ends. And lightly smooth it over. This is all self-leveling. So I've leveled the board. Bring it around the ends. A little bit more down here on the end. Make sure this side is covered. And I use the tarp underneath it to help catch any excess. And there we have it. A beautiful board that's going to self-level very soon. The epoxy is going to cure on it. And that should do it. And now we're going to take our heat gun and pop the bubbles in it. You don't want to heat it up a lot because that'll cause the epoxy to cure really quick in one spot and then it doesn't look right. But there we go. Like I said, the link for it, Bond Craftor, will be in the description below. So far, I'm really impressed with them. Got a few other projects we're going to use this on, so we'll see how it goes.